you say you don't owe the plaintiff any more money.
Correct, Your Honor.
All right. Taco services. What are those?
I provide tacos.
All right, so it's you made tacos. You have a taco truck, or you came and made them, you're a caterer? Tell me what happened.
Your Honor, yes, I do have a taco truck. For the event, I came through with just one of my associates. We came and set up a taco stand to prepare tacos and serve them to her guests.
All right, and what kind of party was this, Miss Lewis?
This was for my 41st birthday party.
41st birthday, and you had the taco truck.
We did have the taco truck, but we did pay for the taco truck.
You paid for it?
I did pay for it. I paid him the amount that we agreed on, and he is charging me for extra tacos that I did not order.
All right, so how many tacos did you make the agreement for?
We paid for 80 plates for 80 guests, which included 3 tacos per guest with rice and beans.
All right.
And he is charging an additional $450 on top of the 1,000.
What was the amount of the 80 plates for 80 guests?
It was $12.50 per guest.
Did anyone bring the contract?
We didn't have a contract,
No,
Your Honor.
We had a verbal agreement.
Just a verbal agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
This is what we do, and you agree to that. You agree that for 80 guests, 80 plates, it would be $12.50 a guest.
Yes, Your Honor. We agreed at $1,000 for the 80 guests.
All right, so $1,000. So take me to the day of the party. You had the party, and what happened? He says you owe him for more tacos. You had more than 80 guests?
I may have had more than 80 guests. I gave all of my 80 guests a ticket. So they were supposed to give him a ticket that were all counted for. He wasn't supposed to have to do any counting. The only 2 guests that I was made aware of that didn't get their tacos were my aunt and my cousin, who came to me saying they had lost their tickets. They had tried to order the tacos and he wouldn't serve them. So I went over with them and asked him to serve those 2 guests because they were my family. And it should have just come out of the 80 total. I wasn't expecting any additional tacos ordered past that.
And so at the party, you didn't have anyone there counting how many people were present. You had 80 tickets. You passed those out, then you stopped worrying about it.
Exactly.
Because you're trying to enjoy your birthday.
Exactly, Your Honor.
So now, Mr. Sanchez, as the taco truck owner, do you have a way of noticing immediately whether you're feeding more than 80 people? Do you only have 80 plates set aside, so when those plates are done, you know the 80 have eaten? How are you keeping track of it?
Well, Your Honor, I have a clicker counter.
Okay.
Keeping tabs of my inventory. Also, when the defendant came to me and asked me to cater her event, we had spoke about the number of guests and how much food they would receive, and we agreed on the $1,000 amount. I did follow up with a text to the defendant letting her know that it would be that amount for the 80 guests, for the 3 taco plate plus the rice and beans, with any additional tacos beyond that being charged at $3.50 per taco.
Okay, the craziest thing about this right now that I can see is that she had 80 friends to invite to her birthday. I'm sorry, unless you're like the freaking Pope, you don't have 80 friends to bring to your birthday. But maybe that's just me.
To that text message, I received a reply saying, okay. That, to me...
Did you bring that text message?
Yes, Your Honor.
May I see it, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
You'll also notice I did not say I approved.
Hey, just sending you a reminder, it's $1,000 for 80 tacos. It's $3.50 each taco for any guest who wants an extra one. So if you got 3 tacos with your a meal,
yes,
and if they wanted another taco, you're going to charge her $3.50
per taco.
All right. And so how did we get to $450 and $3.50 per taco? That's a lot.
Well, Your Honor, it was a lot of people at the party. People were coming up asking for food. Not everybody had tickets. I was keeping tabs with the clicker. We roughly went about 130, it was I think 128 tacos over the amount, to be exact.
Dang, that's a lot of tacos. I don't want to see anyone's bathroom the next day after that many tacos.
128 tacos over the amount. Were people asking you for more tacos than what was served? Were they saying, hey, can I have an extra? Hey, can I have this? Were they saying that?
Yes, Your Honor. People were coming up and people were asking for more tacos.
And you were giving it to them?
Yes, Your Honor. There was an issue with the aunt and the cousin when they came up to get their plates.
But she walked them up.
Well, they had come up originally on their own, and they were asking for their meals without any tickets, and we're starting to create quite a fuss about it. And so I asked them to go get the defendant so that the defendant could approve them getting their plates, which the defendant did. But after that, a lot of people had saw the commotion and saw them getting plates without tickets, and then it kind of became a thing where a lot of people were coming up saying they didn't have their ticket, and I was just me and my partner. I couldn't be going to get the defendant every single time that somebody came
So
up.
did you give them tacos or didn't you?
They did.
So people were coming up without a ticket and you were serving them tacos?
Yes, Your Honor.
But I thought the agreement was that you were only going to do 80. That's why she had 80 tickets and you had a counter for 80. So the moment that the counter went to 81, it was about to be 81, you should have gone and got the defendant and said, hey, I'm at 80 now. What are you at? Because every taco I serve after this is going to cost you money. Do you want to serve them or not?
Right. I
You didn't do
understand
that?
No, Your Honor.
You just started giving people tacos.
Yes, Your Honor. People were demanding food, and it was getting a little intense. So I was trying to appease the people and feed the people. And per the text message that I had sent the defendant, stating that it would be $3.50 per taco in addition to the 80 plates we had spoke on, and got the reply okay, I figured it would be okay to continue doing so.
And you say here, hey, just sending a reminder, it's $3.50 each for any guest who wants an extra taco.
Yes, Your
So
Honor.
now, to be clear, that means if one of the 80 guests who have a ticket want a fourth taco or a fifth taco, you were going to charge $3.50 extra. You agreed and said, okay. But what you all didn't figure out is, what were the parameters? How is she supposed to approve every extra taco? Are you just allowed? Can you serve up to 100 more tacos, 50 more tacos before you consult with her? I mean, you all don't have the specificity down.
Understandable.
What was your understanding, Ms. Lewis?
My understanding was that my 80 guests would be served, and if there were additional, they would either pay out of pocket or, you know, I didn't know anyone else.
You paid a guest, and if they say, hey, can I have one more taco, they were supposed to pull out $3.50?
Well, my 80 guests, that was all I could afford, was to pay for my 80 guests.
So why did you agree that if it's $3.50 for any guest who wants an extra taco? Why didn't you, instead of okay with an exclamation point, why didn't you respond and say, do not give out one extra taco? 3 tacos is enough. 80 people get 3 tacos. That's 240 tacos. That's it.
I assumed it wouldn't be an issue, and as the professional who does this on a regular basis, I would have assumed that maybe he would have mentioned that to me, that this happens a lot, that people overorder. I just assumed
Well, I think that's why he sent the text.
Say assumed one more time.
assumed.
Okay, everybody, you know the saying, assuming makes an ass out of you and me.
Just sending you a reminder. It's $1,000 for 80 tacos, and it's $3.50 for any guest who wants an extra taco.
Right.
But also in this exchange, you know, in contractual situations, we're always looking for where the meeting of the minds, right? And it's clear that you all didn't have a meeting of the minds with respect to what to do with guests over 80 and how to determine how many guests, if any, get the extra taco. You were clear about the ticketless guests, which is why you sent them to go find her. Because the meeting of the minds was that every one of the 80 guests who are to be served should have a ticket, right?
Right.
So you followed the rule there. So why is it that these guests over and above 80 who don't have tickets get served? It doesn't make sense. You know, in this courtroom, I always say, make it make sense.
I understand, Your Honor. The problem I had was keeping track of all the different people. I wasn't aware of what 80 guests were.
And that is an important business lesson. You've got to have an operating system that doesn't leave you out there just giving tacos away when everybody get hungry, and then you go, oh Lord, I done gave away 100 and some tacos. She owed me $450 when she never agreed to give tacos to any guest without a ticket, and you knew that because the 2 family members that didn't have one, you sent them to go find her. Mm-hmm.
See, this is why they should have done wristbands. Those attach to your wrist and you won't lose them. And then maybe you can mark them with like a Sharpie or something like that when they go and grab their tacos. And if they want another one, you got to go, okay, $3.50 for another taco. But I guess the judge was right. Hindsight is 2020.
You need a system in place where when you go above and beyond what is contracted for, you can protect yourself. In this instance, you did not, so I have to dismiss your case. Judgment for the defendant. Court is adjourned.
All rise.
Okay, here's the thing. I agree with that judgment. It doesn't feel great, not necessarily. But the taco guy didn't cover himself. Also, I still have a hard time believing that this lady has 80 real-life friends coming to her birthday party. What do you guys think about the judgment? Do you think it was too much, too little, or just right? I would love to know your thoughts. Let me know. Love ya. I don't want to see anyone's bathroom the next day after that many tacos.